This is our 2010 Toyota Venza. This is all-wheel drive in like a dark gray. Does have some oxidation going on with the vehicle. The paint's not in terrible condition, but you'll see like the plastics here have some haze to them. A little bit of the rubbers are kind of chewed up and cracking a little bit, and just some light scratches. There are some deeper scratches on the vehicle, and just that bump on the front fender there. Rear bumper has some scrapes, a little bit of damage and a crack here. And then on this side you'll see like a rainbow effect. Usually this is from like hard water or sprinklers. He was saying he has quite a bit of iron in theirs. He's used an iron deposit remover and it made some of a difference, but it doesn't help when it keeps getting coated while he is gone. You'll kind of see like a chrome effect here, like an oil slick. With this you can do like a really good, they have like an iron deposit. It's a few different stages that you can kind of rub through your clear. Gets rid of the iron, and then you can redo like a clay bar essentially and kind of smooth all that out. It is a process to get all that cleaned out though, but it's only major on that one side. As you can see here on this side, doesn't really have any of it. We got some impact on the front lower portion here, and then like I was saying, this dent here, cracked on the bug guard, and then on this rear arch there's been a little bit of body work done here, and a little bit of a crack here in the paint. So there's a little bit of unsettle about that. It's not terrible. You can probably get that touched up still, just finished up better. Glass is all in pretty good shape. We do have a chip on the windshield. They can catch your nail, but nothing terrible. A few dings on the top here. Oh, sorry, a couple dings. Nothing too major, no real cargo ramp on there. And just some more of those light scratches. This could use like a really good iron treat or really good buff and cut and paint correction. Make a really big difference on this. Just that has been baked onto it basically. From most likely when he's deployed, it just sits in the same spot and then bakes with whatever sprays on there. Wheels have quite a bit of brake dust, a little bit of curb rash to them. Not too bad. Tires aren't in terrible shape. The right front has some edge wear, but the seller did say he's getting an alignment and balance done on this to correct that. And then the right rear will most likely go up to make those even out. Yeah, as far as lights, they're all working except for your license plate light's not working. And then we did have the lift gate was not lifting up, but beyond that, everything is doing really good. Stop here. All right, so this is gonna be your engine bay. A little bit of dirt built up in here. It's pretty dusty out in this area, so it's not uncommon. I saw a 2025 earlier today that looked worse than this, so keep that in mind. Big things on these, normally you'll see over here they have these metal cooling pipes. You'll see some good chalk sign build up here if these are going to be failing, and I don't see any of that. Oil was pretty good, nice and full. Still nice and gold. Not as bright as normal Toyotas can be, but it's getting up there in mileage a little bit. Brake fluid looks good. Color's good. It's not like dark or cloudy at all. Filter's pretty good. Not brand new, but not needed. And then he did do a bit of corrosion treatment, which is why we had some lost communication codes and everything. Transmission on these are going to be service only. These are basically like a diff, so you'll service them on the bottom side. And then belts and everything on this side look really good. Hoses are in good shape. It's hard to kind of tell, but I look down here on the frame rails for any kind of bolts that have been messed with, any kind of rippling or things that have been moved. Clips, all looks really good. Same thing on this side. Apron, everything check out really good. We're gonna do a quick startup portion. So I'm gonna set the camera in here. Just bear with the camera while I get it started up. So as you can see, battery is really healthy. You just had to clean up that corrosion. Fires it right up. No odd sounds or anything while idling. Drives really good. Plenty of get up and go in this. These V6s are always really good. Very good engines. I've seen a few of these at 200,000 with barely any maintenance, so doing really good on this one. We're going to stop here and just go throughout the rest of the inspection. Alright, so this is going to be your undercarriage. I use this mirror to kind of just help me get good angles here. Starting from front to back, this helps me see if anything's hanging down below the vehicle, been dragging, or got any scrapes. Usually if anything's wet, you'll see nice shiny areas where it's been leaking. Not seeing any of that. Got a little bit of chin scrapes here, a little damage to that front bumper. It's kind of just how it goes with these low front ends. Plastics are all still there, and it does have a block heater cord. I'm going to pause here. We're going to go to each lift point area and just kind of touch base. So this is going to be your driver front corner, and this is going to be your lift point here, and it's in good shape. It's not folded, bent, or chipped and rusting. And then same with the floor pan, pretty much the whole way back. Looks really, really good underneath here. And then you're going to see here, this is the V6, so they have like the Y connection here. First cat, secondary cat, and a resonator. All still there and intact. So still on this driver corner, this is going to be your rear lift point. Same thing, in good shape. It's not bent or ripped or rusting out. And then you'll see your fuel tank here. It's a saddle tank because you have your driveline and exhaust that goes in the middle there. All looking good. E-brake cables and vacuum lines all in good shape. Doesn't look like any of them are hanging out or been caught recently. So this is at the rear. This is going to be your muffler. They're going to have two tailpipes, one on each side. We're looking up above the tailpipes here. That's going to be your body and your crash point bar. All in good shape. No bends, no ripples. And then this is the passenger, same story. Looks really good there. And then up here, subframe and everything will look really good. We do have a little bit of surface rust, some brake dust, but nothing that's causing concern. Plastics and everything's still intact. This here is your passenger side now. We're on the rear lift point, same story, looks really good. Floor, same story, looks really good. Just some dirt built up in there. It's pretty normal, but really good looking floorboard. And last corner on the passenger front. So we're looking in here, same thing, lift point in great shape. A little bit of the coating is kind of chipped off here, but overall really good. No surface rust or anything happening there. Looks good, no impact signs. And let's see here. Subframe and everything look really good. You can kind of see your rack, it's just stuffed in there. Looks good on both sides. Alright, we're going to do our interior. I started the wheel here just because there's so much going on with wheels these days. So mode and mute, if you hold volume here, source controls. You do have voice command that works as well as phone controls, and then your cruise is back here. Mileage, by the time we were done with the drive, we're at 162,818. I do have the doors open and my seatbelt's not on, so that's why those lights are on. Currently up here you'll see all the doors are showing open because they are. You do have info on this button that goes through this screen here, and then a backup camera here. It's beeping because the doors are open again. There is liftgate controls here, but I was saying on the back portion there, probably because that seal is just kind of bunching up and it's just not letting it release. Heated seats, does have auto climate. You can have rear climate controls as well. And then with your radio, this knob is kind of funky. It kind of just like up is down some and down is up some, but the wheel controls work perfectly. And then this knob is missing like a little trim here. All of these doors open and close as they're intended to. This will all slide back where you have more connections here. There is connections on the side pocket here for power. And then console, this does slide and move along with this, so you can move stuff, have the pocket, or however you like to do it. I'm gonna pause here. We're gonna look from the outside in. Oh, wheel, a little bit of chew up here. Probably could use a new cover. That's what I would say about the wheel. Now from the outside in, carpets are in good shape. Does have the all-weather mats on them. Looks like they've been there for most of its life. Pedals are in good shape. A little bit of wear on that brake, but that's okay. Power seats, both front and passenger. And then seats are pretty good. You just see a little bit of that wrinkle from leather as it wears. I don't see any tears or anything like that, so we're doing pretty good. A little bit of cracking here. And then this sun visor is being held up by a little device that he set up that is up in your sunroof. Opens and tilts open as well. Door cards are in good shape. Leather's not torn up. A little worn, but not ripped up or anything like that. On the rear portion here, same story. Door cards are in great shape. Seat backs are still good, nice and elastic. Carpets also look really good. And then rear seats, not too bad. A little bit of wear, a little bit of dirt, but still there, no tears. And then everything is working as it's supposed to. I'm gonna hop sides real quick. So passenger side here, door card, really good shape. Just a little scrape here, but nothing major. Seat back on the passenger, same deal, nice and tight still. Good shape on the leather. It's gonna be your front passenger door. Good shape. Power seat on this side as well. Doesn't go up and down, but it goes forward and back. And carpet also good shape. This does have auto windows all the way around, front and back. And then the sunroof, like I was saying, it does tilt and open. We'll stop here. This is going to be your rear hatch, cargo area, lift gate, trunk, however you like to call it. This is going to be a rear hatch area. Also on this vehicle, it does have the all-weather mat and the hard floor. On all-wheel drives, they give you a full height, not full size. Full height is for the all-wheel drive system. And then under these panels, you'll have your jack and everything there. It all kind of just clips back into place, like so. These do also have latches here that will release the front seats forward. I have some stuff there, and I already did that, and it launched it, so not gonna do it again. It works. Got some scuffs, a little bit of scratching on the plastics in here, on the inside there. And then you'll see your seal's a little bit deformed here, and it was causing the rear power gate to kind of just get hung up. You can hear it sucking itself closed and latching. You can hear it disengaging, but it's having a hard time just letting go because it gets a little bunched up. But beyond that, that's going to be your liftgate. All right, this portion here is just going to be our code scan. So this will go through all the modules on the vehicle after our test drive. We do have some faults that are listed in here. A lot of them are just going to be like voltage for, he had to pull the battery out recently for the corrosion that was on the terminal. And so as you can see when you go in here, their history for basically lost communication or a master fault, but everything is working now. With the history, that means that at some point it lost communication. Whenever you pull a battery or connections, it basically is like blacking out for a night. So nothing here really cause for concern. I did list out all of the codes just so you have them for references. And then we're going to move from here to our monitors and just go through that. Alright, so this is going to be our monitors. I always go since the last time the computer had been cleared by any other shops or repairs. Green checks all the way. That's what I like to see. Gray circles are going to be monitors that have redundancies, so they're either covered with another operating system or not supported in this module. Going from here to your live data. Okay, we're working on getting this to focus. There we go. So these are going to be your live data as we were driving the vehicle. I always just look for values on things, make sure everything checks out. Typically, if there's anything that records an issue, you'll get like a mark over here against it, so that's all looking good. And then I always like to come down, so 30 hours since last clear. Throttle, floor it says yeah. And then banks all check out really good. Nothing running rich or any kind of O2 issue there. There we go. All looks really good. And then right here, traveled with mill activated, that's basically your check engine light. You can see it's all zeroed out, so that's good. Oh my goodness. There we go. And then up here, so advancing and everything on here, checking out good. So looks really good, checked out good. No active lights while they're driving. Stop here. All right, so we're gonna wrap this one up. For your main concerns as far as maintenance, oil and everything looks really good on the vehicle. I didn't see anything that caused me for concern. We have a little bit of residue around where the oil fill cap is, probably just from being spilt. I try to make these look alive at the end here, so they just look like they get driven around. This one honestly drives really good. It's quiet, has plenty of get up and go, shifts well, steers nicely. Like I said, I've mentioned a few times, but he is getting an alignment and a balance to just kind of finish tightening things up. My main concerns with this would be the oxidation and the iron deposits on the side here. You do have a seal on the back here that's causing the liftgate to kind of lose its mind a little bit, but it still sucks itself in and latches properly. You do have a bit of oxidation in the lights, kind of discolored a little bit, but not terrible. This bumper has some dings and dents on there, but not crazy. Right here is probably the worst part of the damage. Tires, brakes, everything look really good, except for the edge wear. We already talked about that. Lights and everything work except for the license plate. Drives really good. As far as the underside, looks really good compared to what we normally see in this area. The floor pan, pinch welds, all of those look solid. The underside of this has nothing for rust compared to what we see normally around here. So really solid base. Just needs some cosmetic stuff to make it look perfect, I would say. From here, we're gonna wrap this up. Pretty good inspection. Not too bad for the mileage and the year. Especially a car that gets sat a lot with someone that's deployed all over the place. But we're gonna stop here and pass this along.